Chancay Castle is ubicated in Lima, Huaral Province, Chancay District, and near to the sunken ship the Covadonga. This castle was built by Consuelo Amat and León. She was married to Sir Rómulo Boggio, who was 3 times Chancay's mayor. They had a very romantic marriage and they had 6 sons. In 1824, Rómulo died in a car accident. It was a sudden death, so her wife didn't receive any inheritance. That was why she decided to migrate to Europe to study and to visit some touristic places. In Europe, she became a multifaceted. What I mean is that she was an architect, writer, lawyer, etc. After some years, she returned to Peru, and she decided to buy a ground to build a castle. So she drew up the castle plans and immediately hired 30 masons. The castle would have been difficult to build because it was a rocky place, and Consuelo Amat didn't have enough money, but she did everything to fulfill her dream. The castle was finished after 10 years, and she called it Villa Maria Perla Hotel, because what she found was to live there with all her family and also to remember her husband. That is why it was built near to the sea. All her family lived there for 10 years, because then they went to live to Lima, so the castle was abandoned. After 30 years, Juan Winston Barreto Boggio, Consuelo's son, decided to rebuild the castle. He customized the castle and put it the name of Chancay Castle. Nowadays, it has 800 rooms, 5 floors, 10 reception halls, 250 bedrooms, terraces, steps, towers, and tunnels that lead on the sea.
The mummy called Rosita de Wando. This legend happened in Chancay. Koto was the Chancay's prince. Their parents always were worried about him. They couldn't understand why he got divorced with the Atavillo's princess. It was something terrible. When the prince's father realized about this trouble, he got angry. He couldn't believe it. What the legend says is that the trouble was very strong, that he swore to the gods he would take revenge. Whereas the prince was hunting there around Wando, he met Cory. She was very beautiful, was Curacas dagger. She didn't know about him, so he asked him, "Why do you kill over there?" And he answered her, and then he explained. After that, they had a good relationship. How they started the relationship was being together in different places. Kotok promised her that he won't kill animals. They fell in love for a long time. When Kotok's father figured out that he was falling in love, Cory, who was a poor woman, he was very disappointed about it. On the other hand, the prince's father figured out too. He was very angry because his daughter didn't want to know about anything. She was resigned because he had lost their relationship. So the prince's father called some wizards and he told them that he wanted to destroy the relationship between Kotok and Cory. One night, what the wizard made was, was something incredible. The water was disappearing in order to eliminate the food and the plants around the city. Kotok and Cory were sad about it. They didn't know that it was the spell. Suddenly the king in the city announced that he would finish the problem, but he must call a wizard to do that. The wizard told him that the only way to finish that it would be sacrificing a woman in love. So the king was the only breadwinner there. He decided to find that woman. Cotto had already known it was a revenge, but Cory decided to settle for it, since she wanted to rescue the city. The princess and her father were really glad, because their plan would be done. Cory convinced Cotto that he must be quiet and take care about the city. So Cotto got it. Never did Cory think that it was a plan to finish her life. Cotto was amazed because never had he seen something like that. Moments later, the city returned to be normal. Not once did Cotto cry after Cory died, since he knew that she really wanted to rescue the city and his life too. Around 500 years the Cory's body was discovered by some archaeologists who were very amazed, since Cory kept her sweet smile. Nowadays, her body is located in Museo Escolar de Wando.
On September 13, we remember the sinking in 1990 the Chilean schooner Covadonga in the port of Chancay. This being the most significant achievement of the military engineer war Pacific. Now, the longer had an effective squadron to sink enemy ships. Chancay was a helpless port, but this did not prevent the Chilean to prevent land transport. On 1 September, the Pilcomayo is reliable by the Covadonga, commanded by Commander Manuel Orella in Bluncking, Chancay. On September 9, Orella leaves the control of Covadonga Lieutenant Commander Paul Ferrari. A boat bombed. The engineer Manuel Cuadros, the same that made the torpedo that sank the cruise low in Callao, was responsible for manufacturing the torpedo plunged the Covadonga in Chancay, in collaboration with Constance Negreiros. Around 3:50, we proceed to lift the weather and boards to explosive device, which compared the operation sailor 40 cannot blast at the same time, sinking the Covadonga in 2 minutes. The collapse of the Covadonga is one of the greatest achievements Peruvian war, giving moral support at times quite difficult, but from then until now has been heavily criticized in Chile against that fact. When called the Admiral Ribeiro's preempt ambush, Peruvian Admiral replied Manuel Villar typing destruction of Covadonga, called it preempt ambush, but is non-condemned punishment received by robbers on land and sea, being punished for his crime. The Covadonga was originally Spanish, and paradoxically, Chile captured and incorporated it into his squad in a war waged against Spain in an alliance with Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador, compared to less attempts Iberian to recover the lost South American colonies. The infrastructure of the boat was very impressive because the majority of the time these boats have many chains and put more bombs.